What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Trey Sense here. First off, let me get this out the way. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there in any shape, form, or fashion, whether it's a grandfather, stepdad, dad, foster parent, whatever. Anybody out there that's taking the time to try to make a difference in a young person's life. Congratulations, salute, and thank you. You know, somebody took the time to do it for us, so it's only fair that we, pass that torch along. There's no replacement for, a father in a person's life. That's just the way it is. So thank you, for all that you do. I'm a part of that too. I'm a stepdad. I don't have any biological kids, but I do have stepkids that I've been, helping get grown for the last several years. And, it can be tedious sometimes, but the reward of seeing them succeed is well worth it. All right, moving along. Got a little review for you today. Today is on a couple of fragrances that I've been wearing since Friday, and a new edition. Since I have the new edition in my hand, I'm going to go ahead and get that out of the way. And this is Penguin Iconic Blend. Check that out. I like it, of course, and for some reason the blend series, I guess that's what you would call it, is in this type of bottle from Penguin, and I like it. And I noticed that each blend has a different number. Like I think it's original blend or something is number 1, and then premium blend is number 2, and this iconic blend is number 3, which is kind of neat. Just a little fun fact. Doesn't make anything to the fragrance of how it smells or anything, but just a little fun fact. And this one is a nice fresh fragrance. One of my reviewers, one of my subscribers told me if I get a chance to pick it up, or I listened, I paid attention, just happened to see it. First time I've ever seen it at my local TJ Maxx, and I picked it up and I was like, wow, okay. Got it home and I like it. It has the same DNA as Premium Blend, but totally different, which is kind of weird because they're both citruses. But this is more, I think, of a bergamot and woods. Don't quote me on that. I just know it's citrusy. But it's a different citrus than the Premium Blend. But we're going to talk about this one. I wore this the other night, sprayed it on. Longevity's decent. I'll say for 4.5 hours, which for a $14.99 fragrance, I can't ask for more. Projected about 1.5 hours to 2 hours, which is not great. It's about average. It's moderate, but it is what it is. For a $14.99 fragrance, I'm happy with that. And it does smell good. Like I said, this is a nice clean citrus. Citrus is what this is. This is nice. This is, yeah, a nice clean citrus. I love these bottles. I like the fact that I can pick it up by that cap and not have to worry about it coming off. This bad boy snaps in place. But I think this is one that you guys should get your hands on if you like the Penguin line and you're familiar with it. Because if you know anything about the Penguin line of fragrances, they're not the best performers in the world. So this is not one that's going to give you beastly projection across the room. This is not one going to give you 8 or 9 hours of projection. But it is an inexpensive fragrance, and it does smell good. This one I think would be great for evening out. And I think this one's a little bit more versatile than Premium Blend because I think it's a little bit heavier. And I think this is a little bit more grown up, a little bit more mature, a little bit heavier, a little bit spicier, and it's got a little bit more of some type of wood in the dry down. Smell it again. Some type of wood in the dry down that gives it just a little bit more maturity than the Premium Blend. The Premium Blend is a little bit, to me, more of a younger fragrance. Any age can wear it, of course, but I think it's a little bit more for a younger person. And that's just, it's fresher, more vibrant. This one is still fresh, but with some masculinity to it. I like it. Again, I picked it up at TJ Maxx for $14.99, and I like it. I like it a lot. I think you would too, especially if you're looking for something. Again, these bad boys like this are good to start out a collection, fragrance collection, because you're not spending a lot of money. And if it's one that you just, after 5 or 6 wears, you get tired of it and it sits on the shelf, it's $15. So you can, give it to your little cousin, or, one of your friends smell it and likes it. Well, here you go, man, you can have it. I'm on to something different now. That's fine. You're out $15, and you just can't go wrong with it. I mean, that's what 2 combos at McDonald's or somewhere. Yeah, Penguin Iconic Blend. I think there's one more of these, and I'm gonna try to find it and pick it up, and maybe that'll complete the iconic set or whatever you call it. All right. Again, TJ Maxx, 14 bucks, 15 bucks. Penguin Iconic Blend. All right, moving on to the fragrance that I wore Friday. And this is from one of my favorite inexpensive houses, and it is English Laundry Riviera. I got this in a gift set, so I have the bigger bottle over there in my stash, but I pulled this out to wear it, and I like this fragrance a lot. I'm not sure what it reminds me of, but Riviera is slightly aquatic, very masculine, very manly fragrance. It does smell really, really good. Really, really good. Longevity on it was about 5 hours, maybe between 5.5 hours. Projected maybe 1.5 to 2 hours, 2 hours, which I guess they would say was moderate. That's about average. I mean, that's not amazing performance, but it's not bad performance either. And this is a nice little fragrance. I like it. You see, I've put a little dent in this bottle. I don't think I've even started wearing my big bottle yet, but yeah, this is very nice, very masculine. This is to me more of a nighttime fragrance, even though I wore it during the day Friday. I wore it both. I wore it during the day and then again at night. I could see this being somebody's signature scent. This is a safe scent. It's not a citrusy scent. It is somewhat aquatic and woodsy. I don't pick up on any type of spices in here at all. Let me smell it again. I don't pick up on any spices or anything like that. But this is a nice, clean, safe. And I know I use that word clean a lot, but that's just what comes across to me. Very nice. I can see this date night. You're taking somebody out on a date. I can see this. To me, it just calls more for the nighttime, and I'm not sure why. I guess because it doesn't have a lot of sweetness in it. But yeah, I recommend this evening time, office wear. I think any age can pull this off. I think you can get a 100 ml bottle of it for about $14 to $15 if you run across it at TJ Maxx, Ross, Burke's, Burlington. I got a lot of mine at Burlington Coat Factory, places like that. You can pick them up, and they're pretty good. Nice fragrances. They smell good. I actually like the bottle presentation too. Don't care much for this cheap plastic cap, but it does snap into place. And believe it or not, for people who collect colognes, that's a big deal. Because when you got a lot and you're trying to reach back there and pick up one and the top comes off, it's a mess. Because then, you just don't want that. So, yeah, that's English Laundry Riviera. If you're looking for a nice fragrance to wear on these hot summer days and nights, I think this is one that you will actually like. And it is very affordable. Very affordable. Little bit of citrus, not a lot. Little citrus, a lot of aquatic. Just a nice, fresh fragrance. I recommend it. You should get this and add it to your collection. Again, longevity on it is probably about 5 hours with about 2 hours of projection, and I guess that would be moderate projection on it. All right, guys, that's English Laundry Riviera. Look for that at TJ Maxx, Ross, Burlington Coat Factory, places like that, and expect to pay about $14 for a big old 100 ml bottle, and that's enough juice for a long time. All right, that's what I wore Friday. Saturday, I wore this bad boy, and I wore this because I'll tell you a little bit of a story. Before my wife and I got married, of course we were dating, and I used to wear a knockoff of Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, and she loved it. It was a body spray that I used to pick up at Kmart, which is closed, and I used to also get it at Fred's Dollar Store. If you ain't from the country, you don't know about Fred Dollar Stores, but I used to pick it up there, and it was cheap, $3 or $4. But I love cheap fragrances. It was very inexpensive, but it was very, very close. It was called Raw Power, and it just came in an aerosol can, very close to Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. And I always got compliments on that fragrance. But anyway, when we were dating, we would just meet up, hang out, and spend time together, and I would wear that. She loved it. Well, a subscriber of mine and a fellow cologne reviewer by the name of Mr. Cheap Scents down in Georgia was doing a review where he was in a store, and he mentioned he picked this up, but it was in a different type of bottle. And he said, this is very similar to Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. So I paused because I was like, I have that. And because I've been looking, I don't want to pay, I know this may sound crazy, but I don't want to pay what Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce cost. Say that 3 times fast. I don't want to pay what it costs. So I have been looking for an alternative, and I found one that I got it in a cologne sample, and it was Mercedes-Benz Man. I had been thinking, I need to order that, I need to get it. I am the world's worst about ordering fragrances offline. I just don't like it. I don't like the wait. I'd rather go to a store, pick it up. So a lot of times there's colognes that I want, I don't have until I come across them in the store, and then I'll pick them up. But anyway, he mentioned this one and mentioned what it smelled like. So I was like, I have that fragrance. So I said to myself, I'm going to revisit it. So lo and behold, I went and got it Saturday before we left, sprayed it on my wrist, and she stopped and she looked at me and said, that's it. And then she kept sniffing my wrist. So big ups to you, my homeboy, Mr. Cheap Sense down there. Me and my wife both appreciate you mentioning this fragrance, because yeah, it brought back some fun memories. And I'm gonna see if I can get a little close up in it. I'm trying to, where's my, there we go. Yeah. See that bad boy? A lot of people like this just for the bottle. That's a skull. And I even forgot to mention the name of this fragrance is Ed Hardy's Skulls and Roses. Some think the bottle is cool. It's okay. You know, that just I mean, it's okay. But the juice in here though, the juice in here, it is a almost dead ringer for Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, and it actually does pretty well. It projects for about 2.5 hours, performs for about 5.5, 6 hours. It's actually really decent fragrance for no more than what I paid this. I've had this sucker forever and very rarely used it. I don't know why I didn't make the connection, but that's why I like having brothers in this cologne review thing and this cologne collecting thing, because you know, bouncing ideas off of each other and recommending fragrances really helps out a lot, because it brings things to your mind that you forgot about, or it makes you take a look at a fragrance that you didn't think about or that you have been overlooking, and it's just a cool thing. But yeah, I wore this Saturday and she loved it and I loved it too. That smells good. All right, that was Saturday. I'm not sure what the price point on this is, so please forgive me, because like I said, I've had this bottle forever. I think I've seen the smaller bottles of it. I haven't seen a big bottle in a while. I've seen the smaller bottles of it for around $8 or $9. I know that Ed Hardy fragrances are no longer in demand, and they are pretty inexpensive. Wherever you see them, you can normally get them for about 10 to 15 bucks. So that would be my guess, is that this one would be around the same price range, which would be about 10 to 15 bucks. I can't really see it being more expensive than that. Again, it is a dead ringer for Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce or Mercedes-Benz Man or anything along that line, if you like. Nice, you know, manly, little bit powdery fragrance. Very nice, you know, good fragrance, and a very cool bottle again, if you can check that bad boy out. They should have put some eyes in there though, but you know, very good fragrance, very nice fragrance. I recommend it. Again, projects about 2 hours, longevity about 5-6 hours on it. Does what it's supposed to do. Ed Hardy, Skulls and Roses. It had a rose in there, but I lost the rose. Go figure. All right, moving along to my last fragrance, and my fragrance of the day is Coach Platinum. Now, I bought this about a month or so ago, and I'm just not getting a chance to wear it. This is a good fragrance. I've seen some reviewers complain about longevity. I didn't have any issues with longevity. Now, I do spray a lot, especially, and I recommend you, because this is not an overpowering fragrance. I recommend you spray this heavily if you have this or you get this. I do recommend you go heavy on the sprays, and I did, and you can still smell it very easily on both arms. It smells good. Great bottle presentation. It projected, I want to say, maybe 2 hours. And if I sprayed it on this morning about 9:30 before I went into church, and it's got to be at least 3:30 now. and it's still going strong. So I don't see a problem with longevity on that bad boy at all, and it's still there. But I did probably go about 6 or 7 sprays on it. I know, I'm that guy. I go 6 or 7 sprays. I'm that guy. But with lighter fragrances like this, you have to. But this is a very good fragrance. I got this. I ordered this online from Walmart.com. And now Walmart uses another seller, or sellers use Walmart as a platform to sell. However, so I can't remember the name of the seller that I bought it from, but I bought it through Walmart.com. I actually went to Walmart.com, found it, and they show you all the different sellers or whatever. I'm not suggesting that you do that. I'm just saying this is how I got it, and it was free shipping, and it was right at $47. And this is the big 3.3 or 3.4 ounce bottle, and it came in about 6 days. It took about 5 or 6 days. And that was including a weekend because I ordered it late Thursday night. So it shipped out maybe Friday or something like that. But Saturday and Sunday you really can't count. So it got here by Wednesday. So that's not too bad. 4, 5, 6 days. Yeah. And that is Coach Platinum. I really like this fragrance. It's a little bit of pineapple up top and a little bit of vanilla. And in the middle, you just have these nice, I won't say it's masculine. Some people compare it to Sauvage. I really don't get the Sauvage comparison, but I do like the pineapple. And it dries down into a nice fragrance. Actually, it reminds me more of Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce in the middle than it does Sauvage. It's not a strong fragrance, but the funny thing about it is it does linger. It's there. It's there. You may not be able to smell it as strong as you would like to, but other people will smell it and they will notice it. As my wife said, every time you move, I smell you. And that's a pretty good compliment. So it does what it's supposed to do. It just kind of lays there very gentlemanly, very quietly, very quietly, and does what it's supposed to do. Again, I haven't seen this in any discount stores yet, but I'm sure it's there. It's going to be one of those that hit or miss. If it's there, it's probably not going to sit there very long. I could imagine in some of your bigger cities, at your TJ Maxx's and Ross's and places like that, you will be able to see this, because I have seen Coach products there, but they're from women. I think it was Coach Puppy that I don't even know what that is, but it's a Coach Puppy. It's a woman's perfume, and then there was another one. It may have just been Coach, and it wasn't very expensive. It was $28, $29 for I think a 1 ml bottle, and that was at I saw one at Ross. Well, I saw both of them at Ross and one at Burlington, but I've never seen any of the men's products there. Not even the regular Coach, but this is Coach Platinum. So if you see this, I think everywhere you shop online, it's going to be about $45, $50, which is not bad. You can always cop for the smaller bottle and save room in your collection. But it's a nice, gentlemanly, masculine, well blended fragrance. You spray it, you can go straight to the sniff. You don't get any alcohol or anything. It's just a nice, well blended fragrance. I do recommend it. It is a little bit more pricey than the fragrances that I normally talk about, but I think it's worth it. In the grand scheme of things, spending $50 on a fragrance, it's not really that bad, but I understand it. Everybody can't really do that, but I can't really do it very often. Every once in a while I'll buy one of these for myself. But yeah, that's Coach Platinum for men. Nice fragrance. Occasions to wear this, I think, again, I hate to keep saying this, very safe scent. I could see this being an office scent. I could see this being a date night scent. I think it leans more towards daytime though than evening time. It's missing that oomph that you need from a fragrance at night, but it does smell good and you can wear it at night. I just think it's more suited for the daytime for some reason. But at the same time, I do feel like you could wear it on a date. And the reason I say I think you could wear it on a date is because I think if a female smelled this on you, I think she would think you spent a lot of money and would be impressed with the fragrance. So that's why I say I think it would be a date night fragrance. But I definitely could see this being somebody's work scent, or something like that, because it's just a good fragrance. It's Coach. It's a good fragrance. Alright guys, once again, sorry to be so long. I hate 20-minute videos, but that's just when you got 3 or 4 fragrances to get through, it just takes some time. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Father's Day again, man. Like, share, and subscribe. Oh, and thank you. I think I'm up to 37 or 38 subscribers now. Thank you to each and every one of you. It means a lot. Every subscriber means a lot to me. If you're familiar with any of these fragrances, please feel free to share your comments, your thoughts on them, your experiences with them. You know, something that you think I should get my old nose on, let me know. I'll be more than happy to try to find it if I don't have it. You know, again, information is the key, so don't be afraid to share any knowledge or anything that you have with me. You know, and I'll do the same with you easily. Let's talk about it and, you know, get to know some of these fragrances, all right? Again, happy Father's Day to all my fathers in any shape, form, or fashion out there. And thank you for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, guys, we'll see you. Peace. Happy Father's Day.